the Chase Thomas Podcast, for people who have nothing but time to kill.
And I'm just, I don't know if that's what you want to be if you're Brett Bielema in Illinois. I think you gotta go backwards. You got to get your Alex Hornibrook, get them back on track.
Hey, that's the definition of insanity. The Alex Hornibrooks weren't winning anything. With all due respect to Alex Hornibrook out there.
All right. Well, we agree. Where are we going next, Matt Green?
We're going to the surprising College Game Day visit this week. You know, I think ESPN they couldn't risk Colorado potentially losing and messing up that USC Colorado game for a couple weeks from now. Because I mean, if they're undefeated when USC comes to town, like, man, that place will be absolutely bonkers. Go to Colorado again. Who cares? But the Colorado Buffaloes, or Buffalo, they're the Buffaloes, right?
They are the Buffaloes.
I think both are grammatically correct, if I'm not mistaken. But Colorado State comes into this one, and they've made it personal, sir. Colorado is a 24-point favorite at home. College Game Day is going to be there. What do you say about this game, sir?
They didn't need any ammunition, and the Jay Norvell quote is not great. They didn't need it. The thing I will say, though, and Deion's just always hilarious, and his response was great. I will say they're second in passing offense behind Washington to this point. 453 yards through the air. Shador Sanders is completing 77% of his passes, averaging 10 yards per attempt, hasn't thrown a pick yet, 6 TDs, 0 INTs. Matt Green, you're not going to see that from Colorado State here. Colorado State and Jay Norvell's group is they're on the struggle bus to this point. I mean, Colorado State's a tough job. Obviously, this is going to be a tough situation, a tough atmosphere for the Rams to walk into Colorado, and they added ammunition here. I will say, this is the thing I think is interesting is like was there a letdown spot here with USC and Oregon looming? I think there was. I think after 2 big wins against Nebraska and TCU right out of the gate, you could have seen a letdown spot in a rivalry spot where Colorado State gets super amped up for this one. Colorado overlooks it. Well, they get game day, and now Deion gets the coach talking about Deion wearing a hat and sunglasses for his interview. It just doesn't matter. Like, what are you doing? Why are you worried about it? Like, let Deion be Deion. There's nothing, like, you do you, and which is totally fine. Let Deion be Deion. There's no reason to like throw that into this this week and the game plan and everything else. And now they're fired up, and they didn't need that kind of ammunition. Kirby looks for it all the time. You just gave him some rat poison. Why would you do that if you're Colorado State? That all being said, I think they're going to win big either way. I think this Colorado State team's not very good, so I think it's a little overblown by how folks are talking about this one and like, oh, what's going to happen? I was like, they probably would have blown them out anyway. Colorado State's 118th in yards per attempt on defense. They're last in the Mountain West in time of possession. I think this one can get ugly in a hurry. Like, if Colorado State's punting early, they're not getting much traction against this Colorado front. Shador Sanders is going to light this secondary up. He's going to light this team up, especially at home. I think Colorado wins big, something like 56-7, something like that. I think it's going to be pretty brutal for the Rams. But I will also say it's going to happen. Like, Colorado's not going 12-0. And I just want to see what happens with these kind of weeks where, look, Shador's awesome, Travis Hunter's awesome, Deion's awesome, but there is going to be a week I want to see how he responds maybe it's USC, maybe it's Oregon, whoever it is, where it's like, uh-oh. Because Oregon has also talked. Do you remember? They talked about Colorado. Dan Lanning talked about Colorado this offseason leaving for the Big 12, which feels like forever ago. Does that brought back
fair,
up?
Dan Lanning was just like, yeah, they're leaving the conference. Like, okay, they haven't really won anything.
What I'm saying is that's going to get played back.
That wasn't like a Deion dig or
no,
anything,
but they're going to turn it into that, is what I'm saying. That's going to be played, and that's going to be talked about. And what happens if Oregon just blasts Colorado like 45-7? Like, that's a possibility. Or it's a good game, but Oregon ultimately comes out on top. Like, I wonder what happens when it goes the other way a little bit, because there is so much hype and it's so much fun and there's so much investment and fans love this. What happens when adversity hits? I'm very curious to see how this team responds. Because it's not
that's
going to be
true.
Colorado
And
State.
this
week.
is like you said, this could have been a letdown game, but once game day came, it's like this is going to be like a huge atmosphere and everything now. And then I just don't even know what this guy's doing. Like actually talking about like him being disrespectful for wearing sunglasses and a hat. It's like that was actually like kind of a personal attack. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you talking that kind of shit about Deion too, of all people? Like, what are you doing? I have one guarantee for this game, and it's that Colorado scores 50. Like that's like the goal. Like if it's 43-7, 43-14, they're gonna put together another drive and go down there and score. Or if it's 42, they're gonna go for 2 and make it 50. Like I feel like this is gonna be.